Hey guys, so if you couldn't guess when you hear that, hey guys, you're about to hear some bad news, you are correct. You are about to hear some bad news. We had more audio technical difficulties, big fucking surprise there. It was actually the worst it's ever been because we got about an hour and a half of recording, and come to find out, once we were wrapping things up at the end, my DAW was frozen. Not sure how long it was frozen, but we ended up losing all of it because it crashed and there was no backup, which is kind of odd because we talk about ghosts and demons and spooky stuff. Coincidence, huh? Anyways, it sounds like dog shit, but it's a really good episode. We have some good trivia, some good ghost stories we talk about. And we talk about a really good documentary. So if you're still interested, please give it a listen. It's a good one, but next episode we'll have that quality up and shiny like it always is. Thanks, guys.
Fucking name's crooked.
I didn't do that one.
Fucking Karina.
Karina did that one. I did.
It's fucking dog shit.
It's crooked like you, bitch.
Listen.
What?
I'll bust this shit over your goddamn head.
You're gonna break what your fiance made us?
Yeah, seriously.
It's $1.
Wow.
It was, okay, the glass was $1.
Okay, no. There were 3 for $1.
It's the time
so that
and
means
love
it was...
put into the fucking glass, you fucking dickhead.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Listen.
My headphones are up.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I need you to dial it back. You better appreciate that shit.
You're the one that just said you're going to break it over my head, you head ass. All right, welcome to episode 10 of Uncensored, the podcast. We got a special guest today. My name is Bryce Jadzicki. Over there is Sid McGee, Cody, fucking...
You really gotta do that right when I'm taking a fucking sip?
You know how the format is.
What's up, guys? Next. What's up, guys? My name's Cody. How you doing?
I suppose you could talk about that.
Listen, I'm gonna beat your ass at the end of this podcast. I'm gonna video
do it right now. And we have 6 cameras on us right now. Let's do it right now. And then our guest,
6.
Introduce yourself.
Hold on. 6? The fuck do you see 6?
Yeah, where do you see
4.
6?
I over-exaggerated.
By 2
technically,
whole
the government.
cameras?
Technically, the government had. There's 3 right here.
Then that's 7. You're still fucking off.
I 100% believe that there's
8. There's one behind you.
Watching us.
Way off.
You technical ass motherfucker.
Anyways, special guest. Introduce yourself.
I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Tell us a little about yourself.
I'm marrying this dickhead right across from me.
God, I feel so bad for you.
Me too. Fuck, dude.
Damn!
What?
You say you feel bad for yourself?
No, for
That's
you.
2 things you said, dude.
For you.
There better not be a breakup at the end of this podcast. That'd be a shitty episode.
I feel bad for her.
I mean, we've been fighting like all week, so it would surprise me.
Well, hopefully it doesn't end that way. We got a St. Patty's Day special edition. The only special edition part is my trivia St. Patty's Day edition. And I'm decked in all green, so check out the YouTube video to see how stupid I look. How stupid I look.
We just have to pinch Cody afterwards, because he's the only one not wearing green.
Dick.
Listen, it's not St. Patty's Day yet.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
But it doesn't.
Exactly, it does.
Oh, shit, fuck. God damn it.
Are you feeling lucky, mate? Lad, I don't know. We can't do accents.
Okay, dude, alright.
Alright, let's get started with a Would You Rather.
Samantha!
Okay.
Which first one?
So, like I said, one of my kids came up with this. It's actually really funny.
Actually, explain real quick. What do you mean one of your kids? What do you do?
I'm an athletic trainer at a high school, and I get to teach sports medicine to students.
Little bitch-ass high schoolers.
Yeah, some of them are, but some of them I absolutely adore. But hopefully they don't hear this.
That's what I was about to say. You guys better be careful what you say. I have like 15 high schoolers coming to my house.
Yeah, I'm gonna get fired. No, I'm just kidding. So she told me she read a book that is a bunch of would you rather questions.
Oh boy.
And so this one, she said, would you rather sleep on a bed of nails or eat something with maggots in it?
Eat something with maggots in it. I feel like I could just down that shit instead of waking up with 15 nails in my back.
Holes in your back.
I mean, you still get a pillow and everything.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
You'll get a pillow on your head
You
and you get 9-inch nails in your fucking bag and your ass, up your ass and fucking back of your knee.
I mean, maggots are protein, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a bad thing, but you might catch a virus or an infection from it.
Yeah, you might die.
You
It's a
might
good
die.
chance
They
you
never said you can't
die.
puke it out afterwards, so I picked that one.
That's very true.
You can't really
Hey,
get away
hey.
with the nails thing.
It never said you couldn't put something on top of nails. You just have to sleep on the bed of nails.
Yeah.
You could put something on top of nails.
You could
So
put
which
your
one?
whole...
So which one do you pick?
I could sleep on anything. I'll take the bed of nails.
It is so true, though. He can fall asleep anywhere.
Who said the nails are going straight up? They could be just on their...
Exactly.
There could be a bunch of them to where all the flat part is like up, so it would just be a really hard fucking surface. Which I do. I sleep standing up.
I don't know, talking about the bed of nails reminds me of Impractical Jokers, where Sal had all the cats come up to him because he was, like, tied down. Do you remember that episode?
Oh my
Let's do this.
god.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
why it
why you're
reminded me
so
of that.
scared of cats.
I have no idea.
He's like a germaphobe, too, which is really funny.
They're little bastards, but
Oh my god, this is amazing. I just found another would you rather I think is really fucking funny.
just shoot.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized copy of yourself? Really? Would you rather fight one horse-sized copy of yourself or 100 duck-sized copies of yourself?
What?
A horse-sized copy of yourself or 100 duck-sized copies?
Dude, I could just kick my fucking duck
Yeah,
size self.
exactly.
100? You're gonna get
Yeah,
tired.
dude.
You're gonna get tired after a while.
That's like the question, would
You
you
could
rather...
just step on them, too, though.
Yeah.
It's
They
not
also
a, it's
make
not a
quack
duck.
sound.
It's you.
I know, but if we're
But
duck
what,
size...
if it's a duck version, then of course it's going to quack.
If I'm that small, my voice is
Well,
probably...
no, you're just the size of a duck. It's still you. You're just.
Yeah, but dude, it's
This
like
big.
little. It's like little people. They're so small, their vocal cords are smaller, so they talk more like this. So it's probably like. So it's damn near you're stepping on an actual duck, just your size person. Which one would you pick?
I would still pick the duck.
Which one would you pick?
I would pick the duck.
Yeah, a logical
100%.
person would pick a duck. Fucking
I
horse
could
size.
stomp the fuck out, dude.
Yeah,
You kidding me?
geez. Plus, I've been working out, so a horse size version of me. Like,
Get big.
fuck that shit.
You'd be fucking ripped, dude.
Little duck bastard.
Hey.
Don't give a fuck about that.
Listen, we're on a podcast. You can't be fucking running around with scissors. Straight cut, bro.
Bro, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. I can tell you've been doing quarter 48s, man.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bro, are you changing a tire? Why are you so jacked? We were talking about we need to walk up to people in the gym and record it and be like,
Hey.
dude, you can't have scissors in here. You're fucking cut.
Get big.
Yo, is that cheese?
What are you grating
Fucking
cheese for?
shredded.
Shredded.
We are so dumb. Be uncut. More of the story.
Fucking looking like paper. Fucking ripped. Oh.
Fucking tear it up, dog.
Okay, anyway.
Alright, that was a would you rather of the episode. So, topic at hand today. There's a documentary on
Honestly,
Hulu.
I 100% forgot what the fuck
Me
we
too.
were talking
Me too, I
about.
realized. I'm
Until
like,
we had
what the
some
fuck are we talking about?
Remember
I
our
was about to
questions.
say trivia. Alright, into the trivia.
Trivia
Short
time.
episode.
What?
Yeah. There's this documentary on Hulu, the uncut version at least. It's called
Demon House.
Demon House. Yeah. It says
Suspense.
Demon House Uncut. It's about the Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters. Is it Ghost
Yeah,
Adventures?
Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures host Zach Baggins. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Correct.
He went to this house in Gary, Indiana, and that's kind of interesting because we're actually based off of Indiana. I'm not going to say the city. It's
We're
South Bend.
close to Gary and
We're pretty close.
Shit.
Um,
Did you say the city?
yeah, dude. And hot bitches come my way.
We're gonna stop
We're
this
South
now.
Bend. Oh, Notre Dame.
Oh, so you mean Notre Dame?
Did you ever?
Yes.
Yes,
Did
it
you
was
ever like
Coach Kelly.
Yes.
look at the NCAA football games when those were still a thing, and you played at Notre Dame? It didn't say South Bend, Indiana. It said Notre Dame, Indiana. I'm like, that's not fucking correct.
My grandma's house is Notre Dame, Indiana, like her address. Yes, because the whole outside spectrum of it is still Notre Dame. Until
Wow,
Strand
no wonder
Park.
why South Bend is top 10 most depressed fucking cities. We're not even recognized as a fucking sports city.
No.
Notre Dame. Just the college itself is a whole fucking city.
It
What the
is.
fuck?
dog
Can you imagine
shit.
that for like other cities too? Like
Bloomington, well, IU, but
IU, Indiana. Indiana University, Indiana. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's where the fucking... Anyway, it's a very, 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 very haunted house in Gary, Indiana.
Fucked up.
It actually started with the Ammons family. She claimed that her and her 3 children were possessed by demons inside their Northwest Indiana home. This is from IndyStar.com, by the way. And they began renting it. Really?
Yeah.
They began. This was the first fucking Google search. They began renting it in November 2011. Immediately after they arrived, the family told IndyStar that despite cold December temperatures, which it's fucking cold here,
It is very fucking cold.
large black files swarmed their screened-in porch. Which, why would ghosts come to the most, like, one of the coldest part of the fucking U.S.? When do you
I
think
don't think ghosts give a shit, dude.
they really don't.
they can feel it, dude?
Well, considering they cause like coldness around you, I don't think they give a fuck.
Honestly, it might be stronger when it's cold out
They're
anyway.
like,
They probably
I'm about
got
to
here.
freeze
they're
your
like-
ass out,
They
bro.
probably got here like, God, someone's already here. There's already a shit ton of ghosts here.
Litter with them sons of bitches.
Fuck. But they would come into their screen-in porch, which was just the front part of the house, and they kept coming back even when the family killed them, which I'm assuming was like an exorcism or something.
Yeah.
This wasn't really part of the documentary. That's just how things started. But Zach, the host of Ghost Adventures, ended up buying the house. And Cody, do you want to take it from here so I'm not talking the whole goddamn time? Or Sam, whoever?
Sure.
Sure.
So yeah,
I'll just cut
basically
Cody
he.
off like
I just
usual.
I just noticed when you're on the phone, your voice gets like 6 octaves higher.
Is it really?
Like
Yeah, I was
deeper?
just inquiring about your 1/4 inch to 3.5 audio jack converter.
Listen, maybe if you didn't have me call a fucking fire alarm company, it would have been different.
We
Maybe
almost
you
had a
should just
major.
get used to calling people in general.
Yeah, I'll take a sausage pepperoni pizza.
Okay, assholes. Back to the fucking topic.
Make it boneless. All right.
Boneless pizza.
Bone apple teeth.
Bone after teeth. Anyways,
All right, go ahead, Dick.
so
God, you're so ugly, dude.
listen.
I'm listening.
Go
We have
to
to have this
YouTube.
conversation.
See how ugly
Look
this
at that.
bitch
You
is.
see, that's a headphone mixer.
Yeah.
My headphone is plugged into the headphone mixer with a 1/4 inch to 3.5 converter.
Well, I mean,
And that's
yours is technically into a splitter, so it's not.
the splitter is then connected to the 3.5 to 1/4 inch converter,
Why can't you be
which
like
then it's
me
turned
and
up. So
just
I
the whole
am,
thing?
yes indeed, listening. So go ahead.
Shut the fuck up.
What are you doing,
Anyways,
Judge?
yes.
Hold it in the call?
Don't
Like-
you dare break that
like
fucking
that.
glass.
It's good.
Yeah, see, he's trying to
I
break
swear
it,
to
just
God,
like in
if
the
you break
beginning.
that
If anything,
glass,
it's gonna break my fucking computer.
He's just slowly going to break it.
I'm gonna be so pissed.
And welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the fucking podcast. Okay, so Zach had heard about all of the hauntings at this house and figured out that it was up for sale. So he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna send it."
Actually, that's not what happened.
Fine, you tell the goddamn story.
He tried to get the people to leave by paying them. He gave them so much more money than what the house
That
was
is
worth.
true.
I thought the house was for sale.
No, it wasn't. Someone was
Okay,
already
then
living
you
there.
go for it.
All right, bitch ass, calm your shit.
We need a fucking gavel.
Continue.
Order in the court, Billy! Get the bucket!
Somebody half British.
I know, I was a
Get
judge.
the-
That's
get
my
the
judge.
Yeah, I'm more Scottish.
That's my judge voice. Order in the court! I don't know
You
why.
sound so Scottish.
I don't know why. Get the bucket!
But anyways, so he paid these people to leave, and once they left, then he got the house.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was just correcting your story. That's all. You may continue. You know me, I always have to be right.
Quit
Anyways.
baby.
What?
Bitch.
What the fuck just called me?
I'm just a wee little leprechaun.
Anyways, so he got the house, and he decided he's going to make a documentary and film and try and figure out what the hell's going on with this fucking house. It's so funny.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, sure you are. Anyways, so started the documentary. This documentary took, 3 years to make? Something
Yeah.
like that?
Quite a while. Oh, shit.
Please don't break it.
Breaking
You ever
his
notice
goddamn-
Scott when he's on here? He's constantly moving.
He's
his
always
shit.
doing this fucking...
He's just like,
He's moving it.
all
why
the
is
fucking
he following it
time.
around? Man? He's like,
I'm just trying to move this closer so I can see more of my laptop.
I'm just gonna throw it out there since he's not here. The motherfucker scratches his balls all the time. Watch the video podcast every 10 seconds. He's digging in there.
If I'm bored, I might go back and edit and just cut every single time he scratches his nuts.
Do a blooper reel.
It's gonna be like a 6-minute video with 3 videos.
With just him fucking scratching his nuts.
It's when he laughs. That's his.
It's like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
So what the hell's wrong with you down there?
What if that's his telltale sign when he lies?
Hey, Ellie's here.
Oh shit. Fuck. Bring her in!
Bring her in!
You want me to go get her?
Yeah, we'll reset the
Bring her in the courthouse.
Okay, then we really gotta continue on with the story.
Alright.
Let's just keep going so I have to cut it.
Alright, yeah, just
You
go
just
get
have
her.
to let her out. Or let her.
You gotta let her
Dog.
out. She's a dog.
Make sure she poops.
Okay, anyways. What is happening? Anyways,
I don't know.
so he starts a documentary, and he's talking to this family and trying to. What?
You like?
Okay, so he started. Shut up.
Sorry.
Started interviewing this family about all the things that have. Fucking assholes upstairs. Okay. So started interviewing the family about. Now my camera's all messed up. Fucking hold on.
Oh, no, it's not.
It's alright.
Well, your screen went off, so.
What?
Yeah.
Is mine still on?
Yeah, honey, it didn't get any of that.
What the fucking dick ass hose?
Well, I guess you're gonna be a blank screen for the first.
Is his going?
Nope.
What the shit?
Did you
I
start?
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know your password.
You don't need it. How many times do I take it?
Mine's been going this entire time.
What the fuck?
Just all you have to do is swipe over on his camera, go to video.
What the fuck, dude?
I guess we're gonna have blank ass screens.
It's alright, I guess. I have to cut all this out anyway.
Okay.
Do you just want to restart the camera? Just hit the red button and then hit it again.
On
It's
top,
the
on top.
very front.
Oh.
There we go. Alright, is mine going now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's been going the entire time.
What the fuck?
Well, fucking bag of dicks.
Alright. Let's see if Cody can compose himself and finally
All right.
get some real information.
Honestly, it's been a
Alright.
while since I've seen him, not really remembering much.
Okay, can I just say that he has the worst memory on the face of this planet?
Can I just say
I don't
that's
know
why
what-
I handed it off to someone? Because I can barely remember it.
Hey,
And,
okay,
so-
so listen, do you want me to take control of it?
Yeah.
Go
you
for it. We'll throw in commentary.
Yeah. Talk about balls and dicks and scratching and shit. Yeah, okay, that's
that
what I really want to
rhymed
hear.
Somehow.
Balls and dicks and
scratching and shit. Fucking Dr.
Fucking
Seuss over
bars, dude. Jesus.
Spinning them for days, boy.
there. Wow.
I'm just saying. Bars.
Dude.
Anyways, continue.
Snap. TBH. She snapped.
Bars.
Anyways, what part did you finish talking about while I was upstairs?
We didn't get much more.
We didn't really get
Okay.
anywhere.
Anyway, so
Just
just
start
fast
with
forward.
3 years took you film documentary bowl.
Yeah, so it took him 3 years to film it, and
Scott drinks his beer like this. Dude, just go away from
Okay,
the mic.
fuck Demon House. We're gonna roast Scott.
Dude,
and Scott, while
doll
you're
hair. Look at that. Fucking troll. Fucking movie hair.
Hell no, troll doll head ass. Looking like fucking trolls off the movie, roll into a little ball and just scoot away.
oh my god,
Fucking talks like, my name is Scott. Why you gotta start up your voice before it starts? Sound like a mouse out here, dude.
all right,
Welcome to the
like
podcast.
welcome to the podcast. It's nothing but roast and Scott.
Fuck that dude.
Oh my god,
Fuck that dude.
fuck him.
Okay, anyways.
Scott,
Demon
while you're
House.
listening to this or watching this, you got a shot glass and a cup waiting for you.
And a small dick.
He doesn't listen to it. He doesn't listen to it anyway. He doesn't
What a
fucking-
dickhead! It's his own podcast. He doesn't fucking listen to
This is
it.
gonna be a bonus episode. Plus, I'll put the roast song I made at the end.
Okay,
anyways.
anyways, back to the story.
Balls.
Demon house.
Demon dick.
And this is why I can never be serious around you guys, because you want to fuck everything up.
That's uncensored.
Anyways, so I know you guys want to giggle, so do you want to get it out one more time?
I think I'm alright.
We're good.
Hey, Bruce.
Okay, anyways, continue. Go. Let's back on topic.
So Zach this old family that lived there comes, and she brings her daughters and her son there to the house to experience it and just to see it, because she heard that Zach was there.
You're gonna skip the whole original family?
Oh, you want me to talk about the rental family?
We haven't talked about it yet.
Oh,
you skipped
sorry.
the whole episode.
Okay, so the first family that lived there, that the whole story is about, they had proof, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it actual proof, that their kids were possessed. One had to go to the hospital, and
This shit was fucking
the social
wild.
worker, do you remember this, right? The social worker
The kid
said...
going up the...
Yeah, he was
Fucking
walking
ran up the wall
backwards.
backwards. That shit was fucking wild.
Yeah, and the kids were like throwing fits and whatnot. I think that's the most wild thing about that entire story. Is that the kid
There was like
backwards.
3 different witnesses too, and one
It was like
yeah,
the,
One was
the
a
nurse,
worker.
CPS,
CPS.
yeah, the
worker,
CPS,
yeah.
the nurse, and then the grandma, I think.
Yeah.
Was there.
So it's kind of a big deal if they lie, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
Like this shit.
But people think they lied just for the money of it, which
Yeah.
I understand. But
I
at the
can see
same
that
time, I don't think someone would gone to that extreme to lie.
Some people these days.
But
do it for
I don't know.
money.
I read into it though, and they briefly talk about it, how the mom of those kids was being raped and beaten by her boyfriend at the time.
Oh shit.
And so they try to find him for the episode.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm drunk, I don't want to talk about it, whatnot. Under the stairs in the basement, there's this dirt, and you go to dig stuff up, and there's like women's
Bunch of
panties,
shit.
nails, kids' shoes. So my thing is, I think the guy did that and opened up a portal to...
There was like a thing to where they think that he like possessed... Or
he
not...
opened the portal.
He like cursed the mom.
It's just such evil energy.
Yeah, he like put something on her to where she would like never be happy and shit
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
That was the original family.
Yeah, that was the original family that's about.
And this is why Zach really wanted to buy the house. And like Sam was saying, it wasn't up for sale. He just wanted to buy it. So he had to bribe like the family.
You have
that was
to
there.
give them a ton of money in order for them
to get them out.
And they were saying that nothing evil ever happened until I think it was the guy that was living there, like got Zach along. It was like, no, some weird shit happens in this house.
Mm-hmm.
The wife or the fiance or whatever that was living with him was like, oh no, everything's fine, nothing like that ever happens here. And Zach's like, I don't fucking buy it.
Another thing that happened during like the original investigation is there was claims that the second floor windows on the blinds, there would be like an oily substance that would like appear out of nowhere.
It only came up when they were digging in the dirt.
Yeah,
downstairs
digging in that dirt we were talking about. An oily substance would appear on the blinds, and to debunk that anyone was just going up there to do it, they actually shut the door and put a Q-tip in there to like see if one of the people there was fucking with him, like purposely doing this. But then it still happened because the Q-tip was still there, and there was oil.
And then any time that the oil came in the thing, anytime somebody touched it, it like started to take the life out of their hands.
Yeah,
it,
like
sucked
turned white
everything out
and
of
like
their hands.
yeah.
And then what I think
Wow.
was really interesting is all the health issues that happened from it. Like how
Everyone-
one of the CPS workers, within 30 days of being in that house, she like broke several bones. She had burn marks from accidents and all this other shit. And then one had like PTSD from it.
Really, anyone that stepped in that house, it followed. Like,
And I think the one thing that was weird is like the original family, like they lived there, but with the second family, the mom that came with her 2 daughters and her son,
Oh, yeah.
she lived there when she was a kid, and she brought her kids who had never been there, and it possessed one of the daughters, and she
Yeah.
ended up like trying to commit suicide,
And she was cutting herself.
and she like cut herself for like where Christ was.
what's that? What is that called?
I don't know what
It
it's
starts
called.
with an M. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the same spots where Jesus was crucified and placed on the cross.
Yeah,
So in
they,
the wrists and the ankles.
So then they took her to a church and she was exorcised, and then she was
It was
fine
so
after
weird
that.
too because she was just like all tensed up because the demon inside of her could feel like the energy of Christ coming into her, and all of a sudden her head's up and then bam, her head goes down, and the priest was like, "Yep, it's gone.
Deuces, bitch.
Bye."
That's insane.
Did you find it?
No, I couldn't. I don't feel
I don't know what it's called.
But that cameraman that got possessed and is still possessed to this
That
day.
shit was fucking scary.
Yeah, so Zach ends up doing like this whole investigation. He has his own crew. He ends up bringing in like a, not a priest. Or
Yeah, he's a priest.
to do all
That was
his
a bunch
organs.
of people
His
that-
organs failed.
Oh no,
He
he
was
was
a scientist.
He was like an engineer or some
Whatever,
shit like that,
yeah. And almost every single person ended up having some sort of
Weird medical
problem.
thing.
Yeah, like the engineer that was in there that was following him around. All his organs just shut down. Just
Randomly.
Doctors couldn't
Yeah.
explain.
they said he
why
was
or
healthy.
anything.
Like there's no reason that should have happened. And you can actually see in the documentary, every person in the house at some point would have like a weird. They'd zone out and just like kind of look around and just not be themselves for a second. Just walk around and just kind of, I don't know, be to themselves for some reason. Like
Yeah, it was weird.
It was really weird. I can't talk today. Words.
I
Not
can't either.
happening.
I can't either. But anyway, I guess what up? I think one of the scariest parts I thought was when that engineer guy, he like walked in by the bathroom and they ended up getting footage of like
Oh,
in the
yeah,
corner.
yeah.
Oh, the demon.
It was
going
like a
into the camera
really
Yeah.
thing.
dark
Entity,
figure,
yeah.
and they debunked it. There was like a video editor that was a NASA, or he
Yeah.
like was part of NASA for like 15 years, like a video engineer, and he said that there's no way this was just like a hand because it wasn't the same energy or whatever. Like throughout the whole thing, it was like different.
Yeah, the focus level of it was all different. Yeah.
So there's no way it was just a hand.
And it was like the way the light in the room was like going off and stuff. There was impossible for anything to project the way that thing came onto the wall and everything.
Yeah.
I just thought this was scary because it wasn't like oh my god, like that was fucking insane kind of like documentary or movie. I guess it was just like so real
Yeah.
because
It's so close to us.
yeah, well that and just like I feel like if you fake something, you really just go all out and you try to get like the craziest shit, like because you can. If it's fake, you can make anything happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to get a figure walking across the camera, like that would be the coolest thing to capture. But he didn't ever get like.
There's no full ass
clean
figure
cut.
that like walks across the thing.
It was just a shit ton of creepy things added up. And back to the blinds thing, he actually ended up digging out stuff, and the blinds did the exact same thing to Zach,
Loyal,
and they
yeah.
caught it. And another weird thing is Zach was just kind of possessed like throughout the whole thing because they were digging up the shit, and something told him to just put the things back into it.
He just fucking did it.
Oh, it's still going.
Let's go here.
Okay, just making sure. You guys both were like,
I was like, what the fuck are you?
What are you looking at?
Ghost!
Just fucking.
Okay, demon.
what were we talking about?
Wait, I have a question, though. I have a question.
What?
I have a question. So, yes. I know ghost. Cody tells me like ghost stories or like experiences with like paranormal activity or whatever. Do you have any?
I do.
Let me hear it.
Oh, tell us.
I'll tell our stories too.
Spill the tea, sis.
Yes, sis, I'm all for it.
That's okay for her saying it. You just fucked it up.
Dude, I say that to my students all the time. I'm like, spill the tea, sis.
Oh, God. All right. I'll actually put it on the YouTube video, so if you guys want to watch that, go check out the YouTube channel, Uncensored the podcast. Sound like a fart. But, so I had this summer job, and it
Wait,
was...
when was this?
It was
like
3-4 years ago.
Do you know what story? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
I
like-
do now.
It was like 3 years ago. Yeah, it was a summer job. It was my dad's He doesn't own it. He works for this electrical contractor company, and this company had like 3 buildings they owned in downtown South Bend, and there's a warehouse where I was primarily located in, and I was kind of the gopher. I would like drive trucks where I would take tools to job sites and stuff like that. So I was mostly in there, but they owned an office building, the warehouse, and then this other building where it had like 5 different floors, and each floor you could rent out to like another company. So then like you make money from them running out of space to run their company. Anyway, that whole building was empty because it was like 3 companies were there, but they like were done. Their lease was up. So they just literally left all their shit like just in the offices because they don't have to take care of it. Like it's up to us now. So they were having me go from the 3rd floor to the basement, just taking stuff from the offices and just putting them down there, just so other people could move in, because apparently new companies were moving into that specific floor. So I was by myself, and this is where it gets kind of weird too, because the year before, I worked there for 2 years. The year before that, I had been in that building before, but there were people there at the time, and I had to vacuum the 5th floor, and I was by myself on the 5th floor, and nothing creepy happened. It's just whenever I was up there, when I would be vacuuming, for some reason I always thought there was someone standing at the doorway. So I just like constantly like be turning around like
you feel someone's presence behind you.
Yeah, like I didn't think paranormal at all at the time. I just thought, oh, there was a worker or like someone from Herman and Getz, the company, that was just like up there too. So I just like kept looking. I'm like, oh, like I guess there's no one up there. Fast forward a year later, I'm in this building, and the first thing that happened was I was on the 3rd floor, like I said. I was moving shit just from a room to the hallway, so then I could take the hallway to the elevator down to the basement, which is already fucking creepy anyway. But I'm on the 3rd floor, and I swear to God, I heard like this loud-ass bang above me, like just a shelf fell over or something. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh fuck, like someone must be in here. So I end up calling my boss. There's something on my fuck it. I end up calling my boss, and I'm like, hey, because I stand corrected. There was one company that was there Tuesdays and Thursdays. For some reason, they only came in, because there was even a sign on the door. It was fucking Wednesday. So I'm like, oh, maybe someone's here. So I call my boss. I'm like, hey, is there someone like in this building too? He's like, no, like it's Wednesday. No one else should be in there. I'm like, oh, you like really? He's like, yeah, and like no one has the key. Like, we unlock the building, so companies can't get in on their days off, you know. Mm-hmm. And there's no Herman and Getz workers, so it's only you in there. I'm like, awesome. Well, I just heard a noise.
You just fucked me up.
I made a whole Snapchat story about it and shit. Whatever, regardless. So that happened. I would just always hear shit, and I just had that feeling that I felt like the year before, but I felt like there's always someone watching me. And now at this point, I'm thinking paranormal shit because I'm fucking scared. But I'm just like, whatever. I'm just being like nervous because I'm by myself. So one time I was in the basement, and I was telling everybody about how even other people at the company thought it was haunted. So I'm like, okay, like something's going on. So I took my
fucked up.
Yeah. So I took my work phone, and I made sure I had enough memory on it, 100% battery. I went into the deepest, like darkest part of the basement. There was
absolutely fucking not.
I knew. Well, I was the only one there. I had someone else come with me to do that.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, he made fun of me the whole time. Like, dude, like, I don't want to go down there by myself. Because I would just have to get off the elevator and go, like, one room in. And that's where all the shit was going. So that's all I had to do by myself. But you bet your ass, I'm like, when the elevator doors are opening, I'm like, what the fuck's out there? Fuck. like when SpongeBob
open the door.
like when SpongeBob takes out the trash. So he's screaming the whole time. So anyway, we go to the deepest, darkest part of the basement. I set up my phone just in the back of the room on a table and just like phone upright, just like leaning against the wall, just straight forward. Like, let's see if I catch anything. I did this in the morning, and then I was going to look at it at lunch. So this was like a 3-hour span. So I'm just working. I do whatever. I come back to it. Well, it only recorded for like 12 minutes for some reason, which makes no sense. It should have, yeah, it's a demon, dude. It should have.
Fuck you, video.
It should have recorded.
You're not going to give me today.
Yeah, it should have recorded for way longer. So I'm at lunch, like fucking eating, just watching this video. Like, I'm not going to catch anything, but I'm going to watch it.
Straight nothing, just watching, just nothing.
Literally 7 minutes in, I see this, and I'll put up the video right now. I wish I could show you, but I see this, like, it looks like an orb. It comes in from the top left of the screen and like floats like this.
Oh, absolutely.
And then it comes down and it slows down, and then it goes off screen. And then it comes back like this and goes really fast. Like, really? And it doesn't stay a ball the whole time. It ends up like doing like an oval shape. Like when
manifesting itself almost?
Oh, it was so weird.
Well, if it's an orb, it's already manifested.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But it like turned into an orb. And that's why I don't think it's a bug. Because I feel like if it was a bug, it'd stay the same shape the whole time.
You might hear the noise if it's like a fly or something. Like
that too.
Or something.
You don't hear anything. Plus, it's like lit up. Like, it looks like a flashlight, like a
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
A fly wouldn't be. Yeah, I'll have to show you after the podcast.
Yeah,
That's
please.
wild.
That is fucking wild.
It was so weird. It's nothing mind-boggling, but like, what the hell is that? Like,
It's so
Have you
crazy.
heard any of Cody's stories?
I don't think so.
I have like 4 or 5.
You
of
do?
them. I
Yeah.
have a bunch.
Oh yeah. I have one, but my mom is like a huge believer in ghosts and like entities and like spirits. Yes, Cody. Her and her boyfriend are big into ghosts.
I mean, they watch Ghost Adventures.
They watch. We go over to their house sometimes, and we just sit there and watch Ghost Adventures.
I
all
love
night
that
long.
show. That show's so dope.
But, so a couple of mine, one of the ones it's not like super crazy. So at my old house, at the island house, so we had a 3-story house and everything. And this house was like rebuilt like by my family and everything. And at the time, me and my mom lived in the big house, and we had 2 houses. We had 2 houses on our property, and so me and my mom lived in the one house, and then my stepdad lived in the other house that he had built.
Step-lad. Well, step-laddie.
Stepladdy. So we lived in the big house, and so my mom would watch TV down in the basement, and my bedroom was down in the basement and everything, and so we were both down there. And I walked out to go talk to her about something, and I think we only had 2 of our dogs at the time. And we were just sitting there talking, and then you could hear footsteps walk up the stairs, and walk through the kitchen, and then it walked back through the kitchen, and then there was nothing. And we're like, nobody's fucking here.
Absolutely fucking not.
so
Oh my
crazy.
god.
But at that time, like, I wasn't like a huge, like, into paranormal stuff like that, so I just heard it, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, whatever, house is haunted, whatever, I don't care.
That's fucking weird.
And so that was one of them. And then the one that it still happens to this day all the time, I tell her about it all the time.
Is it the golf course?
Yeah. Okay. So I work at a golf course, and my stepdad got me this job at the golf course when I was 16, 17, something like that. And later on, he passed away from cancer. And he would always smoke these specific cigars, and like I'll always know the smell of it. And so anywhere I'm at on the golf course, doesn't matter where, I'll be by myself and I'll just randomly smell that smell.
You told me that?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
That's so
It still
fucking
happens today.
That's crazy.
And so another one that happens is my aunt who lives in Arizona would always come
Is this
in.
the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Shut the hell up.
Sorry. I love your stories. They're great.
It's a phone. And so she would come in from Arizona for 2 weeks, and she would rent a lake house, and then we would all go up and hang out on the weekends and shit like that.
Was this the one I've been to?
I don't know if
You
you
had a couple
It's on
different.
Donnell Lake, right?
No, this was not done. I don't remember what this lake was. We were only here one time. And so we were, this was after he had passed away and everything, and so we were all sitting around a table talking, and my mom's phone was like face up, screen up and everything, and she had whatever the fuck her wallpaper was at the time, and they were just talking about stories about him and all that stuff, and her phone randomly lights up, and she looks at it and just stares at it, and we're like, what? The wallpaper had changed to a picture of him. And it wasn't that before.
That's so fucking wild.
That's the craziest fucking thing that I've ever seen.
That's
It
what he's
just
watching.
lit up, and
Yeah.
it was a picture of his face on her phone.
I just gave me chills.
And I was
dude.
like,
Isn't that fucking wild?
That's crazy. My eyes are watering.
yeah. So that's some shit that I know that shit's real. I definitely believe in it.
Wow.
I only have one, really. My mom's apartment right now, it feels like they truly think there's like a portal or something, that there's ghosts living in it.
I even get some weird fucking vibes.
You
from that
get some
place
weird
when I-
vibes from it.
Like, because they have like an L-shaped couch, and then so behind you is the hallway that leads to the bedrooms and bathroom and everything.
And laundry room, yeah.
And it's like while we were watching Demon House, it felt like somebody was in the hallway,
You
like
just
watching me
feel
from time to time, and I would just
presence,
like eventually just couple times just look back, and I'm like, oh, nobody's fucking there.
I had to move
You
out of
just
that
get
place
just
so
get
quick.
some weird vibes from
It's
that place.
so weird. But right after my grandpa died, we lived in Castle Point for a while there. Just me and my mom.
Sorry.
And after my grandpa died, I was laying in bed, about to go to bed. All of a sudden, on my back, I feel all this pressure on my back and it going into my bed like someone was sitting down. And I scooch my ass out of there so fucking quick. And I'm like, I go to my mom. I'm like, Mom. And she's like, what? Because she's like half asleep. And I was like, Mom, something just sat on my fucking bed. And she's like, it's your grandpa, just say hi. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Did you feel
She's just
scared?
so chill.
I was very scared, but I was also a little comforted because he had just passed away, and I was looking for a sign that he was still there. So
See, that's like my dad said. Sometimes when he's outside really late at night at this house, he'll see his dad like really far away, just like waving at him.
That's
are you sure?
wild.
Are you sure your dad's not drunk when he's doing that?
It's possible. This was before his alcoholic stage. He's not an alcoholic, don't think my dad's.
So that's who you get it from.
But yep. But what are you talking about?
Dude, I don't fucking drink chugs of water.
But he never said he was scared. He just said, "No, he's my dad." You know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Very comforting.
I have one more story of. Well, I have a couple that are really fast at this house, which is kind of scary. Remember the
God.
Sleep Talk app?
Yes.
You still don't think it. What do you think it is?
Oh, the fucking like little
He showed me this before. He told me about this before.
little girl thing.
Oh yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, I don't hear it. I don't know what the fuck
You
it is.
you think it's a little girl?
I think it's a little girl. Yeah, I totally hear it.
I'll play it in the podcast so you guys can hear it right now. But
What the fuck was that?
so there's this app called Sleep Talk. It's 99 cents on the App Store. But it's an app that you put on right before you go to bed, and it picks up when it hears a sound. So it's not recording the whole night, so you don't. Wake up
It's like
to it.
over a certain like a level that you can set to where it'll pick up.
Yeah, there's like a
Right.
sensitivity.
Yeah.
So you wake up in the morning and you look, and sometimes it's really funny shit. Mine are mostly farts.
Yeah, a lot of it is
Or
farts.
mostly just like
Or
really
just
funny.
like
Cody talks in his sleep.
random ass words.
Oh, God.
Cody talks about
I sleep
putting gas in his car. He woke me up
What?
one time. He was
I need gas.
I need gas!
He was like,
Billy! I need a bucket!
Billy, we need a bucket of gas.
Gas! Get the bucket!
but like he woke me up and he was talking in his sleep. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to put gas in my car. I'm like, what the fuck?
You should have left him right then
my
and there. Bitch, you crazy.
Should have left the ring on the bed. But I see ya.
Well, you should have left him right then. That was last night.
Oh my god.
Do that?
But anyway, I put on this app when I was in this very basement. And
Glad we're not sleeping down here tonight.
I know.
Right.
I'm sleeping upstairs with you guys. And
Absolutely not.
I woke up and one of the recordings was what I just played you guys. And I'm gonna try to recreate it. Because I cannot make that sound. Push it back. That's what I hear.
I hear that too.
I hear it sounds like a little girl. A little girl saying push it back. Or put it back maybe. Put it back would be even scarier.
I'll have to listen to it again.
Yeah. And it's definitely not me. I don't think it's me. But okay, whatever. And then
But I don't know,
another
like
one-
the thing that I don't hear is didn't you guys build this house?
Yeah.
So but normally it's like if you like
it's
you
just
move
land.
Yeah.
But like, what used to be here? You know, like, was it an Indian reservation or something that used to be here?
Yes.
Because I mean, the Potawatomi Indians or whatever the fuck they're called. used
Well,
to
the thing
live
is-
Those
stuff
fucking
in.
Indian dudes.
The fucking Indians.
The thing is, I don't
I'm
feel
not racist, I promise.
I don't feel scared in this house, so I'm not really like intimidated by whatever.
Fuck, I'm going to now. Fuck.
But anyway, another thing was, I think I was upstairs and my mom was on the middle floor. I had gotten home from school. I never went down in the basement that whole time or whatever. My mom said she heard the sink both turn on, just like you can hear like the things like turn on really fast and just full blast, just the sink turned on. She came upstairs. She's like, you know, you forgot to turn off the sink downstairs. I'm like, I haven't been downstairs. And she's like, wait, you haven't? I'm like, no. She's like, the sink is on. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that shit was so scary.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you never know what used to live on this land, dude.
True.
Alright, I'm never coming back here. We'll move the podcast.
Oh my god. Alright, so what the fuck were we talking
Anyways,
about?
Demon House.
Demon House.
So,
Sorry, I just wanted to hear those kind of stories.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to touch on with this is in the very beginning of the documentary.
Hold on, there's only 2 minutes left on the camera. Do you just want to
Yeah.
check our phones too?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild, though, dude.
Scary.
I've heard the girl talking because Cody played that for me one night because we were talking about it.
Yeah, check our phones. Yeah, the sink thing was really scary too.
That's so crazy.
What the hell is Nutsack doing?
Who?
Did you tell her to stay upstairs or something?
Yeah, I
I
told her
think she's
just.
gonna come down here.
I asked her, I was like, can you just stay upstairs? She's like, that's what I was going to do anyway.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Okay.
Anyways.
Go ahead, bitch ass.
So, back to what I was saying. What's up?
I love you.
His voice gets higher.
So, anyways. So in the very beginning of the documentary, he talks about this dream that he has. And that it was a big fucking 8 foot tall figure with like a goat head and shit on it coming down the stairs and had black smoke, blah blah blah. And so when we talked a minute ago about the cameraman or when the engineer guy walked into that room and you see that thing on the wall, and that's when they say that it possessed the camera guy. So later on, they go back to the hotel and he's acting all fuckish and all demon-y and what fuck not. Fuckish, whatever.
The state of being fucked.
Exactly. And
You got me fucked up.
he talks about this later when they talk to him after he calms down for being a fucking whack job. And so he goes to the elevator and he presses the elevator door to open, and it opens partially. And he said that he saw the big-ass goat motherfucker standing in the thing, and that's how he knew shit was real.
Well, then he said, like, God, if you don't want me to, like, beat the shit out of this guy or something like that, then don't open the door all the way. Or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, don't let me in this thing, and then it opens.
Want me to leave, don't let me leave. And then it just opens
It opens a little bit, and you see that motherfucker standing in there, and then...
Dude, hell no.
I would have been like,
give me no priest! Get this bitch out of me!
Give me an exorcism. And he's still possessed to this day from what the documentary said.
Yeah, they showed like tattoos of like 666 all over his fucking hands and shit.
That's so fucking wild.
Well, the thing is what after the whole elevator thing and they calmed him down, he was just sitting on like the chair in the hotel room, and they were talking to him like, what's going on, dude? And he was like explaining whatever. And he said that he felt something on his right hand, like really cold, and that's where he got his 666 tattoos. So that's fucking nice.
That's fucking crazy.
But then after Cody and I watched that with my mom, we watched like Paranormal Activity caught on camera or something like that, and we were watching this episode. And it took place in Ireland, and it was at this like boys' school or something like that. It was all boys' school, and all you see is just like all these doors, like lockers starting to open and chairs being pushed to the side, and they can't explain it. Apparently, it's one of the most haunted schools like in Ireland.
Yeah, it's like you just see this door at the end of the hallway open like really slowly, and then it stays open, and then it just fucking slams shut. And then it comes and opens his fucking locker and chucks the papers out.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's
come on, bro.
wild.
That's somebody's papers.
My dad asked me when we were watching the documentary, he's like, would you stay in this house for $100,000 for 24 hours? Like, fuck no, not this house. I'm like, any other house.
The Demon House?
Yeah.
Fuck no!
Only because everyone that walked in there got possessed. Even the dude that talked about it.
died.
Remember at the very beginning, he literally found the original owner's house from an interview on the news for an unrelated thing. It wasn't even about Demon House. This fucking creeper found the address, like, in a news shot. Whatever. He finds her. He asks her, like, hey, can we ask you about Demon House? And she doesn't want anything to do with it. She's like, no. She's like, I don't want to talk about it. But then her friend, right?
Her like, brother, I think, because he's, like, the uncle of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first family you're talking about?
Yeah.
He agrees to talk about it, but, he ends up, like, having problems. Well, I forgot what happens.
Well,
Zach shakes his hand, and they think it transmitted to him.
Yeah, the guy didn't even go in the house.
No.
And the family would not let him back in their house. Because they're like, you touched his hand, he was in the house, it's with you. Yeah, they wouldn't let him back.
But he ended up there's something that happened to him.
It was something, but I don't think it was anything major.
It wasn't insane. It was like depression or like something. I don't know.
It was like the cop that was in there. He ended up getting shot or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, you go in the house, you're gonna die.
See, I think for $100,000, I'd stay in just a regular haunted house.
Well, right afterwards, we watched an episode of Ghost Adventures with my mom, and they were at this. What's it called? It's like this haunted place where
it's like a haunted house, but it's like mad fucked up to where you have to like sign a waiver and they can like
torture you.
They can damn near torture you and
no
grab
one's made
you,
it right? Because they like waterboard you and shit.
No, it's not that crazy.
Yeah, no, they can just touch you and grab you.
Something Manor?
No, there's three. It's not. I know which one you're talking about. It's not that one.
This
seen
one has
the one.
3 different
So,
houses you can go to.
It's not the one where they can like legit torture you. They can just grab you and throw you around and shit.
Yeah.
Like
You do know what I'm talking
I know
about.
that shit's fucked
They
up.
put
That
like a
is so
blanket
fucked up.
over your head and
Yeah,
scream at
absolutely
you.
fucking
and-
not.
Yeah.
No.
one's gotten past that.
But
That's
in
where
that
you like sign a
episode,
waiver and shit like that. Yeah,
but
it's
in that
fucked up.
episode, that was so fucking wild because Aaron walked past that witch and it
That
turned on
shit
and
is-
everything was shut off.
So yeah, there's like a motion sensor for this witch that like jumps out at you, and they were like walking through this thing all nonchalant, and it fucking jumps out at him. He screams and takes the fuck off the
And then
other
the
way.
owner said that it was shut off.
He's like, "There's no power to this thing. That should not have happened."
Yeah.
You know what?
That's crazy.
You know what I find hilarious about Ghost Adventures when Aaron was still on it?
He's still on it.
I thought he was.
And he's still on it. There's another guy that's
There's one guy that did leave though. I can't remember what his
he's
name
got
is,
his
but-
own show.
Yeah,
now.
he's got his own show.
Oh, then I must have been thinking about him. But Zach makes Aaron do everything.
He does. He's
Yes!
like,
He'll be
okay, in the episode, we watched, he's like, "Oh, why don't you always send Aaron in? Why don't you go in by yourself?" He's like, "Because I don't want to go in by myself."
He's like, I'm a
Oh,
fucking
no.
host. I do whatever the fuck I want.
Literally, he'll be like, "All right, we're all going to be up in the camera room, safe and sound. Or Aaron, I want you to get in this coffin, close it by yourself for 10 minutes." Fuck no! Like,
No,
Aaron, just do it. Just do it. Fine, gosh.
But you know, after Zach locked himself in the demon house,
That
like
shit was fucking
that shit was
stupid.
fucked up though.
Dude, like, I want to believe it. I do believe most of it. There's some I don't believe. It just... I'll have an alibi. I'll play devil's advocate. The scene where he's by himself, he's in the bed, and he sees the thing, the fucking horn thing.
Yeah.
Remember he throws a piece of equipment at it?
Yeah.
He
he's
throws
so-
something at it. Yeah.
Well, I was scared at the sound he heard.
That shit
That
scared
shit-
the fuck out
That
of
Like
me.
shit
a
was
growl
scary.
or whatever.
Like when he's
yeah.
walking down the stairs and
You're like,
shit.
Oh my
no,
fucking
not
gosh.
that part.
No.
Well, I know. There's
That's
but-
scary too.
Yeah,
You
I
hear
know
like
the
a
part
girl,
you're
like a woman. Or
Yeah,
something.
you hear like a woman cry or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hear a growl when he's in the bed.
Yeah,
that
shit's
part.
fucking-
That's probably
so
one of the
fucking
scariest
scary.
parts.
And that's when his eyes start to burn. And now he has permanent double vision.
That-
Yeah,
That's
'cause-
so fucking wild.
And, okay, the reason that I think like that part is actually real and like part of it is real is to like the way he says when he's like get the fuck away from me and he throws at it. That sounds like pure fucking terror.
Well, see, the only thing that
I
fucking
agree.
sucks, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate, but the fact that he has the camera,
Devil's advocate. I'm not
you get it, demon's advocate. I'll play some demon's advocate.
Demon's
It's
advocate.
because it goes blank.
It goes blurry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I understand that.
yeah, so he puts the camera on the bed because he's so scared. He throws like a microphone or an EVP or something
Something, yeah.
at the he sees a demon. So the camera gets blurry, and you can kind of see like a figure.
It
in the
moves
camera.
across
It's
the-
creepy.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking creepy. But I'm like, really? Like, the best part that you're about to capture,
It's
it just
fucking
so happens to
blurry.
be blurry.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's so true because of how like serious he took his eyes and how he was like it
Well, yeah.
fucking burns and
Well,
how
here-
he walked away, turned all the lights on and everything.
Yeah. So I just think if you're trying to fake something, that's such an easy way to get away with something. Just blur it.
Yeah.
Like, so devil's advocate,
Uh-huh.
they like energy and spirits have been known to fuck with electronic equipment.
Absolutely.
So if something
yeah.
that serious is that close, fuck yeah, maybe it really did fuck
Yeah.
with it. Plus, from a fucking camera perspective, he's probably using autofocus.
Yeah.
So the covers, like the camera's so close, it probably focused on the covers, and it didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. So that's the only other thing I can think of.
Yeah.
I hope it was that because that shit would be compelling evidence. Like holy
Yeah.
fuck.
But the part that I waited for like the whole movie, it like shows the snippet in the beginning to where I think it's right after that part, or no, it's after the 24 hours in the house, and they go back for whatever dumb fucking reason, and he like starts to walk downstairs because they hear something downstairs.
Oh, you see
And
the orb?
He rounds the
And
corner,
he's
and then
scared.
when the growling noise comes, like jumps at him.
It's not growling.
Yes, it is.
It's growling.
Oh well.
Because that's when you see the orb, and it's like, "Brr," and he's like, "Fuck this shit," and fucking takes off, and he runs out.
it was weird how he described what happened. Do you remember how he described it? He said he got really cold when he saw the orb, and then he was paralyzed.
Yeah,
He couldn't
yeah,
move.
yeah.
And then once the orb was gone, it's like the coldness hit him again, and it took him out of like
of his body.
Or paralysis?
Paralysis.
Paralysis, yeah.
Paralysis?
Paralysis.
I've never had sleep paralysis, though.
No, Chris has.
I have, yes. It is fucking terrifying.
Did you see anything?
I heard my great-grandma's voice in my ears. It was really fucking weird.
That's
and
weird.
I see, it happens every once in a while. Usually it happens while I'm at my mom's house, sleeping on the couch, honestly.
Oh my God.
But I see dark figures, and then I can't move my body, and I have panic attacks.
I remember at Ball State, me, Chris, and Ryan were like reading up about sleep paralysis because we like saw a YouTube video and it just freaked us out. So we it was like until 2 a.m. we were looking shit up. We slept outside or slept in the living room together because we were so scared we were going to get sleep paralysis. The next day, I don't know if Chris was lying. I believe him. He said he had it. But it wasn't like he saw shit. He just woke up.
He couldn't move.
He couldn't move. And he heard kids laughing. All in his ears. Just going back and forth. And he finally woke up. And he came sprinting into my room that morning. He's like, dude. He's like, it fucking happened.
Yeah.
Like, what? And he told me.
I've had it happen twice. But when I lived at Castle Point, sleeping on that same exact couch.
How can you fall back asleep after that?
I force myself to because I'm like, I gotta go back, I gotta fall asleep somehow, or else something's gonna
I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And
And then I feel like bricks are on my chest. Like bricks are on my chest, like I can't breathe.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
And what freaked me out about that is...
Why
do you... I got some of mine. Smoking weed. What freaked me out about that whole thing is how everyone really saw the same thing. There's this witch that everyone would see, which is just, why would everyone see the same thing, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if I believe that.
What?
That's what they said. They said a witch would come up and be on their chest, and you would you'd feel it, it feels like you're having a heart attack. It feels like you're having a heart attack.
Sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard that.
You hallucinate. It's because you're stuck.
No, I know that. I never heard that you see witches and shit.
Dude,
I've heard the thing of you wake up and because I listened to a podcast of it's a couple YouTubers I watched that do a podcast, and one of the guys is super into lucid dreaming. He said he'll skip doing shit with his friends to go home and sleep and do that because he's gotten so good at it.
God damn, while we're on lucid
to where he can control his shit.
Would you do that?
But he said he's one of the things when you're starting to do it is if you get to the point where you open your eyes and you can't move, don't fucking look around because that's when you're going to see the dark fucking figures looking at you and shit.
I just closed my eyes.
And he said that there was one time that he woke up and he opened his eyes. And he said that he could see the face right here, just fucking staring at him. He's like, nope, and just fucking went back to sleep. He's like, fuck that.
God.
Oh my gosh.
That's fucking insane.
That's so fucked up.
Have you had a lucid dream before?
I don't, it's not
see your shadows in my room.
it's not a lucid dream. There's a name for it, to where something happens in your dream and you feel it in real life.
Deja vu?
No, so one of the ones that I remember is I was drowning in my dream and I woke up and I was holding my breath.
Oh, okay.
And there was one...
Chug that shit.
Chug that shit. Where's the button? But there was one I had in grade school to where I was fighting in my house and me and this guy were fighting with bows and arrows and he shot me in the chest. And I woke up and I had extreme pain right in the center of my chest where he shot me.
Oh, that's fucking wild.
There's a name for it, but I can't think of what the
I don't think I've
called.
ever experienced that.
That shit's fucking weird.
You guys ever woke up laughing?
No.
No, that's just you, Bryce.
I'll have a dream that's hilarious and I'll wake up
what the fuck? Could you imagine?
This just goes back to where I wake up with my hand on my dick somehow. Alright, let's do some trivia.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Alright.
Okay.
Demon House, lucid dreams, personal stories, that's what we all covered. Yeah. Watch the documentary, it's a lot better.
It's pretty good.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Wait a scared little bitch.
It is pretty good. It's not I said, it's not
scary.
Insanely scary.
It's not the scary movies where it's jump shit. It's fucking weird.
If you go into it believing everything that happens, it's a fucking scary documentary.
And that's what I kind of went into the mindset of.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And before trivia, though,
all right,
we do not have enough money to donate to charities yet, but our goal is to donate to a charity every episode that one of the members picks. So once we start making money, we'll start doing that. But since we don't have profit yet, we're just going to shout out a charity for free to, I guess,
recognition.
Recognize the charity, kind of spread the awareness of the problem. So Sam is going to do the charity of the episode. So go ahead, Sam.
The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is a leader in suicide prevention and mental health crisis care. Since its inception, the Lifeline has engaged in a variety of initiatives to improve crisis services and advance suicide prevention for all, including innovative public messaging, best practices in mental health, and groundbreaking partnerships.
Hell yeah. If you guys want to donate to that, please donate to it.
It's awesome.
It's a good-ass cause.
Yeah, seriously.
Thanks, Sam.
All
right.
Okay.
All right, let's do
Now
some
we
fucking
did
trivia.
the
All right, who's first?
Wait, we got to do the sound effect.
It's trivia time. Okay, so my topic for trivia was paranormal activity in general, blah, blah, blah. So, question number 1. Why do spirits normally become more active at night? Is it because it makes it harder to see them, so that if they manifest in a shadow of some figure, you can't see them? Is it because of the reduced electrical disturbances from appliances? Because the nighttime is more quiet, making it easier for them to make disturbances and noises and shenanigans.
I'm going to go with B, because I've never really thought of that, and that makes the most sense.
Yeah, but still, stuff is still running though, like refrigerators and the dishwasher, stuff like that is still going.
True,
the night.
but like all lights are off.
Oh, that's true.
TVs are off. Like, yeah, they're still running, but they're using the least amount of power.
Yeah, that's true.
So that I go with B.
I'm gonna have to go with A. I'm probably wrong, but that's totally fine by you.
A? B?
Yeah.
Hey, you're drinking.
That's
B.
fine.
It's
Yeah.
B.
That makes. I just feel like that's good.
Because you don't have all the electricity from the appliances running and shit all day long, so that it makes it, because like, obviously they fuck with electricity, so like
Right.
the less it's happening, the less they have to deal
It
with.
makes it
Okay.
harder for them. Yeah.
Pour me some, bitch.
Hot damn!
Scott, I'm sorry, I'm using your shot glass. It's the uncensored one, so you have a surprise to come
Oh
with
yeah.
you.
Shout out to Purple Cactus, which is a
Sam.
a company that Sam and her friend are currently doing.
Yeah.
You did?
They made these personal
That's
shot
a bitch.
glasses for the Uncensored podcast. Some cups for us too.
Personalized shot glasses with their names on it.
Has all their names, has
Got
the
their
logo
logo
on it.
on it. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
So before we get to the next question, can you say something about your company?
Put your
about
social
it.
media on too.
Yeah,
What do you guys do?
We just do vinyl on glassware right now and decals, and we're slowly in the process of making t-shirts, which, by the way, I need to make one for my mom, so can you remind me tomorrow that I have to go over and make one for my mom?
Custom made.
Yes, custom
custom
made.
made.
You send us the design, you tell us what you want, and we'll make it, basically.
Find them on Facebook, Instagram.
Purple Cactus IN, Indiana.
Put the link in the description.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome dope cups and
Okay.
shit.
Thanks for that, Sam and Karina.
Oh, no problem. Okay.
All right, question number 2.
All right,
Okay.
question number 2.
Okay.
I did. There's a shot. Yeah.
Ooh.
Are we doing fulls? Since we're only
She
doing
is. I'm doing fulls.
One? We're only doing one, so I guess we gave 2 fulls.
We always do fulls.
You get
Are we
me.
supposed to do
Yeah,
this?
2 fulls.
All right, before we start,
Brown.
well, that's a fucking foreshadowing into what I'm about to say. So
Literally,
if you
if you
notice,
just take that out of context, you have no idea what
Bruh.
brown. What the fuck?
so if you listen to our previous episodes during trivia time, you can tell that, or you can notice that we normally ask to repeat the question 2 to 3 times an episode.
Fucking bad.
Which you guys don't want to fucking hear that again. I can cut it out, but I'm lazy as shit, so I'd rather not.
That's a lot of editing, man.
But, so we all put it in a Google Doc, so we have it right in front of us. The answers aren't bolded, so we don't know the answers, but we can see it. So hopefully we get rid of that.
No one be impressed. It's not a beer. It's a fucking monster.
There's a video. They can see it.
Not everyone watches it.
I was going to say, no one watches.
Watch our fucking videos, dude.
Yeah, dude. Uncensored the podcast. You have to search,
Uncensored the channel, you dumbass.
but if you search that, it
Hey,
does not
honey.
come up.
You're not that scary, honestly.
All right,
Wasn't
question
trying to
number
be
2.
scary.
I did St. Patty's Day questions, and if you look at my YouTube, I got green everything. I got 2 fucking bead necklaces that are green, a beer me hat. By the way, someone beer me.
It's fucking in front of you.
Okay, so Ironically, green wasn't originally the color we were supposed to wear. What color should we really be wearing? Is it red, blue, yellow, or brown?
I'm going to go with red.
Red?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with red.
You're going with red?
I feel like it was blue.
I thought you knew it. Blue, you guys
Shit,
are
that
I was right! Ah, fucking A.
I was trying to think of like the Irish flag, and I'm like, oh.
See, I thought...
Well, remember your Dublin flag is blue.
Oh, fuck, it is.
I thought
Yeah.
you guys would guess yellow because like a leprechaun has green and yellow.
Blue is my second answer. If I didn't
Well,
answer
Well,
that
I
one.
should have remembered that when I was in Ireland 2 years ago, I got him a flag, and it's a Dublin flag, and it's blue. It's all blue.
Yep.
So-
So St. Patrick's color was St. Patrick's blue, which was a light shade. The color green
Stop me,
only
bitches.
became associated with the big day after it was linked to the Irish independence movement in the late 18th century. So it began blue for some reason. They really didn't tell me why.
I know my grandma will never listen to this, so I'm sorry, Graham. I know you taught me better.
Come on, you'll get literally the next two.
Fuck.
No, I'll get the next one for
next
sure.
one, yeah.
I'll get the next one for sure.
That is some strong cinnamon. You didn't even go finish it? Come on now.
That was an amount that just you taste it. That's it.
Put that back on.
Yeah, that's it. Get out of here, demon!
Okay.
Get out of here, Dingman.
Alright, so.
Billy's a ghost.
Billy!
Dude, Billy's a ghost this whole time. Billy, get the fuck out of here.
Go get your goddamn bucket, you
Leave the
son of a
bucket. Leave
bitch.
the bucket. We get it.
Just drop the bucket.
Hey,
Get the
you
bucket.
want me to make you guys t-shirts?
Billy, get the bucket.
Yeah.
Literally just a bucket.
Do you want a bucket?
And it says, Billy, get the bucket.
Billy get the bucket. Okay,
Yeah,
I got
And
it.
then have a little Billy pull like this.
That's totally fine. I can totally do
Fuck
that.
Ghost.
The ghost Billy.
We're actually really proud of ourselves with how well we did these, so
They're fine.
They turned out dope.
they did turn out nice. So I did mine. Ghost Adventures, Zach Baggins, whatever. First question: what is Zach Baggins versus Praga Khan?
Fuck.
Yeah. A, another documentary he made about paranormal activity. B, a title of an episode from Ghost Adventures. C, a mixture of electric dubstep with voices of spirits he has
That
captured
shit
via
would be
EVP.
litty, dude.
D, a fight he has had with evil spirits.
Okay, if C isn't correct, I'm making that.
Yeah, right?
Wow, 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 I'm the devil. Oh shit!
Just,
At that
it just,
exact
it just,
moment.
it just builds up and the drop is just...
Oh my god. God, C is so ridiculous. It's usually the ridiculous one. This is a good question.
This is a very good question.
Because really, it could be all of them.
She comes up with better questions than Scott.
I know.
does.
God, make up
questions
Scott's
are ass.
questions. Well, because his D is always like, how many letters in the alphabet? 21, 24. Is it 26?
26.
26.
And 2.
3.
It's like, what?
Oh, good one,
So you
Scott.
guys can have me on here more often then, is what you're
So
saying.
Scott's answer would be like 20,000, 60,000, 40,000, or 7.
Seven.
And then he scratches his nuts.
He scratches his nuts.
And then
Alright.
he drinks his beer from the side.
Yes.
Anyways.
I know we're into it a little bit, but turn hers down just a bit.
I mean, it doesn't look like a matter at this point.
Anyways.
Yes, what I said.
It's already really low.
Is it?
It doesn't look like it, but I turned all of ours really low. Okay.
Anyways.
Cody, Bryce, get your answers.
I'm going to go with C.
Okay.
Just because I wish it was
Sending
that.
it.
I wanted to be
Alright.
that. And that's a mixture of electric dubstep with voices of spirits he
I
has
feel like
captured.
it's gotta be A or B.
It's not an episode of Cody Doesn't Brew.
True.
I should be an episode. I'm going with B.
Final
Yeah.
answer?
I'm going with B.
Final answer? Final answer?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually C.
No.
I need to hear this right
Hold
now.
the fucking phone.
Zach Baggins actually used to be a DJ before he was a paranormal activity.
No fucking way.
Investigator. Yeah.
Dude, that is so
He actually
awesome.
went to Western Michigan University as well.
Zach did?
Yeah.
Damn, that's cool. And then he went to Gary.
Immortal Portal? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, there you go.
Half.
Holy.
No,
Now
you're
give him a fucking hole.
3/4.
You should know what that
We're
is.
going right to the fingernail.
There you go.
The same female spirit that is following me, and
Put your
she's
mic up to
talking
it.
with me, and I'm
this is
gonna
the song.
keep talking with her through this device right now.
just that mag's gonna suck.
Is that
Look at the
hilarious?
fucking cover is creepy as fuck.
This is fucking wild.
I'm expecting a hard
He was
drop.
a DJ back in Las Vegas. So,
Following me.
yeah, dude.
I said, why are you following me?
Why are you following me?
Why are you following me? What?
What?
Holy shit.
Oh shit!
I didn't listen to it, so I'm actually pumped on listening to it now.
This is lit.
Isn't that fucking awesome?
You just spoke. What is your name? Tell me who you are.
Tell me who you. I'm the devil, bitch.
Tell me what your name is.
The fucking devil.
Holy shit.
Oh shit.
Okay, that's enough. Oh my god,
fucking-
that's lit.
Holy
Is that awesome?
shit.
I hope that's on Spotify. Holy shit!
Holy shit. That's
What a
fucking
great question.
amazing.
That was a
fucking
really,
great.
that was a really good question.
Wow, that is
I'm still
fantastic.
thirsty though, so
You can take one if you want.
no, that's not how the game works.
Alright. Now this thing's all fucked up. God damn it.
What does the word
Jesus.
poltergeist mean? Possession.
Do you know what it means?
I don't, but I.
There you go. What does the word poltergeist mean? Angry spirit, possession, noisy spirit, or manifested demon? Can you oh shit. God damn it. What the fuck was my answer?
Control Z.
What the fuck's my control? Oh my god.
Just keep hitting undo.
A is kind of weird.
There we go. Yep, can you fuck off? What is the fucking stop fucking with shit?
Dude, I'm not doing anything.
I'm about to fucking oh my god.
For those of you that can't see,
He's fucking with our fucking document.
yeah.
It's
Like an
A
asshole.
is angry spirit, but Bryce put angry spirit in my dick.
And then he added a tick at the bottom of the page.
Yeah. Are you surprised? Not really.
Will you answer the question?
Well, do you gonna say? Are you gonna say the options out loud?
I did.
Oh,
You weren't fucking paying attention.
obviously. Sorry. I'm going with A. Angry spirit.
Angry spirit, possession, noisy spirit, or manifested demon.
Angry spirit.
Angry spirit.
Well, you got your wish. Drink, bitch.
What
It's
is it?
noisy spirit.
Are you serious?
Are you fucking kidding me?
That sounds like an answer you made up.
It's not.
Wow.
That's why I had to.
Every time I say I'm thirsty, I get the next one wrong.
Surprise, bitch!
Bryce, will you pour me mine too then?
What do you want? Full?
I'm not taking fucking vodka. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, do you want full?
Yeah, did you
I'm not
full?
taking fucking vodka.
Okay, not.
You said full.
This bitch is trying to be funny.
Whoa! I'm just normal the Scots, bitch
Hey, Bryce, I'm going to get your next question right.
ass. I know you will.
I'll make my
I know you do.
You have to do it.
Man, that's a long penis. Is that cum coming out of it?
That's
Yes, sir.
Straight jizz into a
Right
face.
into a dude smiling.
What, dude?
Oh, female.
Whoa!
Female.
I didn't know you were into guys.
Female. Oh, look at that. 30 seconds left on the camera. We gotta go to the camera. We gotta pause. We're gonna forget about everything that we just
Let's
said.
go fix it.
Fix what?
The camera.
Yeah.
Is there actually 30 seconds?
Yes.
Oh, shit. It's been 29 minutes already? What the dick and
We're
ball?
just having fun.
What the dick and asshole?
What? A dick and balls? Fucking cock.
You a fucking cock. Bryce, I'm sorry, but that's not true.
Ooh, listen.
I don't think he saw. I already took a sip.
All right. Question number 2 of St. Paddy's Day. Why is the shamrock associated with St. Patrick? Its green color, their symbolism of rebirth, the Holy Trinity, or how rare they are. They're 40,000 to every 4.
It's 1 in
They're-
10,000 chance you'll
Or
ever find
whatever.
one.
Yeah, they're very rare.
So, Cody, you answer this because I already know the answer.
Fuck you.
75% Irish, doing good right now. Except for the first question.
Guess me, I'm Irish.
Alright, I'm gonna go with it's not green color because it seems way too stupid.
Oh my god.
It takes so long, I'm telling you.
Fun fact though,
And then he gets
St.
mad.
Patrick isn't actually Irish. He's actually from the UK. He's from
That's
Britain.
question 3, so goddamn. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. Fuck. I'm gonna go with C. Is my final answer.
The Holy Trinity?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's the Holy Trinity.
Fuck both y'all.
It's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit that represents.
I thought it was a
Stuff
4-leaf
in my
clover.
ass.
No, Shamrock is only 3 leaves.
I thought it was 4-leaf.
Stupid.
So that's why when I looked up and it said the Holy Trinity, I'm like, wait a minute. That's 3. Good job, Cody. You still suck.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Question number 2. Okay, what are you ready for? Oh my god. You guys are such fucktards.
What the hell's a honey?
You guys are such assholes. I get through.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
So I recently reposted this on Facebook.
We're
but
not doing this.
It says like this wife got her friends this label maker and they went and labeled everything, and like the laundry detergent, it said like cleaning, it said I don't know, it was really weird how they worded everything for these items they use every day, and I'm like, this is something Cody and Bryce would do if they left them by themselves for way too long.
Yeah, very true.
Oh, what is wrong with you?
What did it say?
Ew, what is wrong with you?
Let's just get on to the trivia.
Ew, what the fuck is wrong with
Let's just
you?
get on to the trivia.
Jesus Christ. You are so fuck. This is why I think you're gay.
Another fun fact about St. Patty's Day.
Bryce is gay.
It's actually supposed to be a dry holiday in Ireland because
That
it's-
was one of the questions I saw too.
yeah, and then there are more Irish people in the USA than there are in Ireland. Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right. So question number 2: how many episodes of Ghost Adventures are there? 158, 202, 253, or 196? Is this a Scott question?
No.
No, Bryce is just sucking dicks out here.
Anyways, A, B, C, D. Which one?
It's been around for a long time. C, 253.
Okay.
That's gonna be my answer too.
You probably want to pick mine.
Dude,
You probably don't. Because I'm not thirsty.
I'm gonna go with 202.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Bryce after drinking.
Oh,
He's not.
it's 202.
It's 202.
Hell yeah.
They are on their 18th season, just came out back in February.
I said,
have-
C. Look.
Why is there 202? What the fuck?
They started the show in 2008, and there are 43 specials. So
See-
they have special episodes that go on. They've had 43 since 2008.
See, she does a good job of giving the answer and then some follow-up information. I try to do that too. None of your bitch asses ever do that.
Yes, I do.
What did you do on the next one then?
I literally did on the fucking first one.
What'd you say?
Oh yeah, he did.
About the
He did,
appliances
yeah.
and shit like that, so you could fuck right off with that shit.
That's what I...
Why is he so... Bryce, you know,
He gets so angry.
he gets so aggressive. Even
Y'all
when-
wonder why I said fuck as many times as I did the first episode, because these two fuckers pissed me the hell off.
You are such a dickhead. You know that, right?
That's what makes me me.
God, I can't believe I'm marrying him.
Surprise, welcome to the family.
I don't know, we're fucking best friends or whatever.
If y'all want to see how fat my rock is, follow me on Instagram.
Damn my pockets.
One letter could change that whole thing. How fat night.
Ooh.
Pockets, alright.
Okay, anyways.
Cody.
Alright.
Last question, last round.
Question 3. Are you thirsty?
I mean, I'm taking one right now.
Are you still thirsty?
No, I'm pretty full.
Bang shit around.
How many beers have is that 3?
This is my
Oh! Ooh, I thought it was the
We're good.
over. Okay. When was paranormal research at its peak? 1925, 1970, 1842 or 1940.
These dates got me so fucked up, honestly.
I hate these types of questions because it's just...
1842
I love these
is
ones
so
because
out of the way.
I'm horrible at coming up with multiple choice because like the one real answer kind of stands out by itself.
Yeah, so 1842 definitely stands out.
I think it's the earlier date, yeah.
But I think it's... I'm just talking out loud. This is my final answer.
Wait.
But in 1970, like, when technology was coming to age, you know, when they started to come out with EVPs and all that shit.
1842 is the only, like, non-zero or 5 ending number. So Cody definitely came up with But that could be he's trying to trick us.
Exactly.
Or is he not?
What's your answer?
You know, sometimes Cody's not that smart, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty dumb sometimes. I'm not as dumb
He
as
is.
Scott.
Oh, God.
That motherfucker's dumb.
Scott is the human
Me and
version
Cody?
of my dog.
Oh,
Cody.
hell yeah.
We're not gonna talk about that.
We
We're not gonna talk about that.
can't roast Scott too much.
I love you, Scott.
I love you, Scott.
Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Scott.
I love you. That's what you sound like.
I fucking... Okay, I'm not gonna go there.
You fucking what?
Answer the question.
All right, last answer was C, so it's not C again. I'm going to go with 1925. Hey,
I'm gonna go with 1970.
you know the answer.
I know, so I'm not gonna get it out. I'm gonna laugh if it is.
What's the fucking answer?
Yours was what, 25 and yours was 70?
Yeah.
You're pretty thirsty.
Is it fucking 1842?
No, it's 1970.
So we're both wrong.
No, she's right. She's
I'm right.
70.
I picked 1970.
I thought you said 25.
No, bitch.
I said 25.
Yeah, you said 25.
It's because I took 2 shots simultaneously.
I'll
God
laugh
damn
if
it.
it was 1842.
It's because I feel like technology was coming to, like, around at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't technically have to have, like, a bunch of technology
Okay, I was
research
just about to
shit,
say, if there's no technology, we just write in a journal. I saw this. Blank.
I saw some big ass. Holy shit, it was crazy.
At 8:42 p.m., I saw this black figure in the corner of the northeast house.
Oh, real good research.
And
dumbass.
somebody reads that, oh, this motherfucker's crazy. Kill our kids. This motherfucker's gonna try and kill them.
It ain't St. Patty's Day without too much liquor.
Yeah, as I was buying your Bud Light Lime, the guy at the register was like, "Man, we've had a pretty big increase in alcohol sales this past weekend." I'm like, "Yeah, I wonder why."
That's crazy because my next question is both some okay.
I'm not going to get this right. I feel like I'm going to get this so fucking wrong.
A 2012 study showed that the total amount spent on beer on St. Patrick's Day celebrations was 96 million, 134 million, 173 million, 245 million. This is a combination of bar and liquor stores / convenience stores.
Why'd you spell out million and 3 of them? And then one
So
of
is
them
that
you
just
put
beer,
middle?
though? Is that strictly beer?
I accidentally, yes, it's
it.
only beer. I accidentally deleted it when I was typing.
I don't drink beer. I wouldn't know. How much is a freaking thing of
I drink beer and that I wouldn't fucking know that shit.
Well,
Well, okay, beer can be like way different with what you get.
Beer is like, say a Bud Light.
I mean,
at
I
the bar's
like Guinness,
$3.
but I only like Guinness when I'm in Ireland.
Guinness is more expensive, but just like a regular beer would be like $3-4 at the bar.
Really?
But that's for like a regular ass Bud Light or some shit like that. If you get like an IPA, then you're going like fucking $8-9. And if you buy a 6-pack, you can buy a 30-pack
bitch ass
of.
is going to drink fucking Guinness because it's St. Patrick's Day.
No, they're just gonna drink whatever the fuck they can get.
Bud Light Lime.
But like a 30-pack of like Bush, you can get for like fucking $12.
Yeah, exactly. Might
And
as well
you,
drink it
and you
fucking
can get a
home.
fucking like a 6-pack of an IPA for like fucking $18.
All right, what's the answer? What do you guys think?
I don't know.
I'm going to go with 134 million.
73.
Final answers?
Final answer.
Where's the hot damn for both of y'all?
Oh, what was it?
$245 million.
Damn.
Alcoholic fuck.
America's
One
fucking
day.
alcoholics.
One day.
That's fucking wild.
Wait, is this America or throughout the world?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. You didn't specify.
The whole world. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm the one that's like yelling at you for not knowing. I mean, it was just a website with like bullet points. It didn't go into.
It's fine then. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's probably whatever. Have you guys been to Chicago when they turned the river green?
Well, I did when I was really little, but I want to go maybe next year. Us three can go.
Sure.
Question mark? Yeah.
I've never
I've
been.
always wanted to experience that.
I got a Snapchat from Chris where the Indie River was green.
I want to experience that so bad just because I'm
pretty cool.
part Irish.
My sister's there with her boyfriend.
Oh yeah, what concert are they going to?
Some EDM artist I've never heard of. It
EDM?
was like, yeah.
Really?
I'm so pissed Chris is going to Ultra.
I know.
Oh yeah, dude.
I want to go to the Beale Festival. I already told you about that. It's in Tennessee.
Not that you guys care, but LA Night Dance Day. No,
All
okay,
right,
they're
last
not
question.
that fucking country, you fucking dickheads. Okay, let me take this shot first.
Billy, get that bucket. Fuck it.
Okay. Which one of these locations has Ghost Adventures not been to? Romania, Ireland, Italy, or the Czech Republic?
I feel like for the sake of the St. Patty's Day episode, Ireland
Okay.
is the answer. Ireland. Wait. We said earlier that they were in Ireland.
No, that was a different show.
That was a different show.
That was a different show.
That was Paranormal Activity Con camera.
But that means there's a place in Ireland that's haunted. So
There's several places in Ireland that is haunted.
then they've been there. I'm going to say...
I feel like Czech Republic is mad fucking haunted.
I'm going to say Italy.
Yeah, I was going to go Italy too.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Drink bitches.
Fuck.
What is it?
Is it Romania?
It's Czech Republic.
At
And
least,
I'm like, Czech Republic's haunted as
also-
fuck.
so
at least it wasn't Ireland.
So they've been to Romania, Ireland, Italy, US of course, the UK, Canada, Jamaica, and France.
Wonder why they
What the fuck's in Jamaica? A bunch of haunted pot smokers?
You never know, dude.
You just hear, ooh.
You just see a floating joint.
Right.
Ooh.
You like those shot glasses, boys?
Like, yeah.
They're great.
Awesome.
A lot better than our pot.
This hot damn was damn near full. Now it's damn near gone. It is sticky. Got a hot damn.
Got hot damn, it's sticky.
Got a hot damn. Good question, Sam.
Thanks. Good try.
All right.
I had to impress you guys so you bring me back.
We will when Scott's here, too, because
That'd be so much
the
fun.
dumbass just has like a...
He adds, I don't know.
See, okay. If Scott, if you're listening, I don't actually think you're dumb. Like,
I mean,
He has to justify himself now.
you're not... Your intelligence isn't... Okay, wait a minute.
listen, you're book smart, but your common sense, your street smarts are subpar.
And it's not like a... It's not a dumb that well, I'm concerned for you. It's a... Okay, wait.
I'm a little
I'm kind of concerned, but it's like a... It's
I
such
think
a
Bryce is
goofy...
tipsy.
It's such a goofy dumb. Like it's like...
It's like if you-
Scott,
it's
you're
like
so
if you
stupid.
God,
could
you
put-
are so sweet and precious.
If we
He's so
could-
innocent.
drinking.
It's such an
Yes, he's so
innocent dumb.
innocent and sweet about it, though.
If you could put like clumsiness into like
A dumb
Personality.
a dumb sense, that's what he is.
But he's so sweet.
He's
That's what I'm saying.
clumsy with his intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah.
You dumb clumsy.
Like that one night at your mom's
Dumb
house.
clumsy.
That one
Dumb
night at your
clumsy.
mom's house.
when
that
you
was so.
turned gay?
Yeah, when you turned gay.
Scott, what the fuck? Me, Cody, and Sam at the same time.
In the ass.
In the ass.
Well, I
And
guess.
then we asked him, why would you want to do this?
He said for a podcast.
$100,000?
That's $200,000.
We
He said,
said,
oh, hell yeah.
Before we get too out of context, because they're not going to know what the fuck we're talking about. Scott could low-key be gay, but he's very clumsy with his intelligence.
Scott, I just want you to know that I love you to death.
I also think that he had. So the cup he was drinking that night was
my
double the
gosh.
size of this. Fill this whole thing up with vodka and then dump it in that cup and the rest with the whatever, and he downed that shit in like a half an hour, 45
Okay, and
minutes.
then this motherfucker drinks LaCroix with his fucking vodka. What the fuck?
There's a problem with that.
Bryce, I sent Scott a picture of LaCroix on sale at Aldi, and he was like,
He probably
that's
went.
so cheap!
no, okay, so she sent him a picture of, it was
It was LaCroix.
like a label of LaCroix, but it was not the actual flavors, it was like what they taste like.
Yes.
And he was like, I've never heard of those flavors. And I'm like, Scott, read into the fucking picture.
But then
it's not real
back,
fucking flavors.
Okay, so the next day he always texts me and he's like, wait.
He's like, I'm fucking dumb.
He's like, I'm so stupid.
See, that's why he's clumsy with his intelligence.
He recognizes it.
At first, he puts no effort into being smart. But then he realizes, and then he's smart. Because he is
very
smart.
intelligent.
He's smart, but just like slowly.
He's slow.
It's an uphill climb.
It's a time release smart.
This explains everything. This is why he has to like charge up his voice. He has to charge up his smartness. It starts down here, and then it just fucking slowly increases.
After this episode comes out, he's just gonna text the group chat and be like, "I'm done with the podcast."
He's fucking done.
No, he's gonna text me and be like, "I listened to the podcast." And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Wait till the next one, assholes." And he's just gonna come in and fucking pages of a roast on us. And just fucking,
he's gonna be like, "Sam can take over."
He's like, "I'm done with this podcast."
I forgot to tell you the episode things we believed as a child. Do you ever like re-listen to an episode and you think of jokes you wish you would have said at the time? I do that all the time.
Sometimes, yeah.
One joke I thought of is once we were wrapping up before trivia, I'm like, do you guys have any more? I can just imagine Scott scrolling through like 4 pages of shit he believed as a kid. No, I don't have any.
Oh, I got this one. Number 265.
Wait, so
I believe bananas were vegetables.
So I have a question. I didn't actually listen to the podcast in full effect. So what did you believe as a kid?
Me?
Yeah.
Brown cows made chocolate milk.
No, that was an example. Well, the one that only made the bonus episode that didn't make the actual episode, I thought when you ate pussy.
You actually ate that shit.
Actually ate pussy.
Fucking fork and knife that bitch.
You know, like...
Well, you know vagina has protein, right?
Yeah, that's why I eat it every day. But you know, like, the like...
I'm not even going to say anything.
No, you know the...
I'll text you about it.
You know the putty you, like, squeeze in?
Yes. It makes it fart noises? Yeah.
I thought that was located in the pussy. And you had to pull it out. Like eat that, and it comes out like that, and you're like chewing on it like bubble gum, and then
blowing bubbles with pussy on it. What the fuck?
Blowing pussy bubbles.
They're fucking popping pussy bubbles out here. What the fuck?
But like I said, that's where I thought the spit or swallow concept came from. I thought when you ate pussy, you either ate the pussy or you spit it.
That's what girls say.
Spit out chunks of pussy.
Now you know what the girls
pussy
say.
on the floor.
I dead ass thought you just threw it in the trash when you're done, and I just thought it grew back.
And my girls don't swallow. You gotta stop.
I was young, okay? I fully understand that.
Cody, what did you believe? I think we talked about this, but I don't think I actually ever found out what you believe.
So, I mean, there was a couple things. One of it's fucking fun.
It was just fun.
I got
165.
I gotta learn all this stuff before.
Hold on. There was a thing that I saw on Twitter earlier. There was a guy that made a comment about the fucking mass shooting thing in New Zealand of the mosque and everything.
Yeah.
This kid's funny as fuck. He walks up to the guy on his Snapchat and just smashes an egg over his head. And the guy turns around, he's like, "What the fuck was that?" And this kid's just staring at him. He just fucking smacks the egg on his head. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious.
Anyways.
He just came over my
good story.
Cool
Anyways,
story, bro.
But like one of the things that I mentioned in the podcast is I thought like quicksand was actually gonna be a real thing in my life that I encountered. And like if I stepped in it, I was immediately gonna fucking die.
Well, did you ever see on Facebook how they showed how you can get out of quicksand if you float, if you like go up and float into it? And
like I said in the other episode, I feel like I try to do that and my legs would just go up.
my head
would just go right in. My lucky ass, my legs are just.
You just see 2 feet just fucking wiggling.
He's like.
Oh my god!
You just see your feet.
The battery on my camera's almost dead.
Oh fuck!
Well, can I tell you real quick?
If it's real quick, I don't know if it's still recording or not.
I don't think it is.
It's probably not, which is totally fine. But it can make it onto bonus episode website. Yeah, the audio.
We'll just have our 3 cameras.
My parents literally had to sit me down and tell me Santa Claus wasn't real. I was literally like in 4th or 5th grade until they told me that
At
Santa
least you didn't
Claus.
believe 9/11 was cops until 8th grade. So
At least you didn't believe
Cody
9/11.
believes to this day that 9/11 was done by the government.
We're not gonna get into
we
that.
can't get into conspiracies like
Yeah.
that because I kind of do too.
Especially if Scott here, because he gets fucking pissed off.
I kind of get pissed off, but like I listen to the story just because I'm the type of person that listens to all sides of the story before I actually make an opinion. But what are you staring at?
FL Studio's frozen. Fuck it. Let's just wrap it up.
Okay, go ahead.
Fucking cocksuckers.
If
I
it
hate
doesn't-
to end this early, but we were getting into some shit. We were all over the place this episode.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's whatever.
Now
But-
I understand why you guys say you're always all over the
I'm
place.
telling you,
It
we
happens.
just get off
It
topic.
does happen.
It's just
It
so
happens.
easy. The camera's dead. The
That's
fucking
not recording.
audio
I
can
don't
be
know.
off.
I don't know if that's recording.
Fuck you, Billy. Let's just get to the outro. Thank you guys so much for listening. We had special guest Sam. She is a part of Purple Cactus, who custom made our shot glasses and our fucking cups.
They're fucking awesome. Hit them up if you want some custom shit.
Any custom made
Custom
shit.
t-shirts.
Shirts, cups, water bottles.
I want to make another special announcement. We could be having another thing coming soon. I'm not going to say it yet,
Just don't bring it up.
but I already did, so.
If anyone is listening and is a
Oh.
clothing brand of some sort, we're trying to become affiliates, and we've
Yes.
reached out to multiple people. We've had some that
We've had a couple little
said
nibbles.
they would. Yeah,
Nibbles.
just a little on the, just a tip.
Just a little tickle?
Just a tip is in.
Hey,
Just-
what
That's
is
all I
this?
got though.
What is this?
Ask me about my weight.
No, it's fire. It's fire.
Watch your friends.
We're watching Friends.
Ah.
We're watching Friends.
Ask
Okay,
me
we gotta-
about my wiener!
Okay. We gotta wrap up.
We're done.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for listening. This is Uncensored, the podcast. My name is Bryce, aka Nilla. To my left,
I'm Cody. Deuces, everybody.
to
And
my
I'm
right,
Sam.
special guest Sam. Scott will be back next episode. Don't worry, his dumbassery will return.
Peace.
We do love you though.
Love you, Scott.
I love you.
Bye.
Oh, God, I hope that fucking recorded. Elizabeth!
Gosh. My fucking ears are killing me. She might have fallen asleep,
No,
honestly.
she's walking down here.
I'm too tipsy to even realize anything's going on yet, honestly.
It's still frozen.
Okay.
No.
I have so
The
many
whole
fun
thing.
facts about fucking St. Patrick's Day.
Elizabeth! What? Get your ass down here. We're done.
I'm tipsy as
Fucking shit.
That's the podcast.
oh fucking.
Hey, at least she's better than Chris.
You got every
Fucking lost